Всем привет! Продолжаю играть Fallout New Vegas. Решил сегодня начать с него, а не с Одиссеи. Так, что у нас тут вообще?
If you're looking for guns, talk to Mick. Otherwise, I've got a nice selection of general supplies. I only offer services if the king gives the okay. Impress him and we can talk.
Ну, что за это? Так, неудобно играть.
If you haven't heard of the king, you must have been living under a rock or something. The king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essentially the go-to guy for what goes around here. Okay, ask away. What do you want to know? If you haven't heard of the king, you must have been living under a rock or something. The king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essentially the go-to guy for what goes around here. They're the local energy weapon dealers in Freeside. When it comes to lasers and plasma, they're the only game in town, and they keep it that way. Gloria's men are the best armed in Freeside and ruthless to boot. But her brother, Jean-Baptiste Cutting, puts them all to shame. Their joint is the only place in Freeside to get it all under one roof. They've got gambling, booze, chems, and whores. They're good folks, just don't cross them. They're known for tidying up loose ends with a bullet to the brain box.
Whores. Звучит как лошади.
Anything else I can help you with? Take a gander.
Ну, вот тут будет трудно без мышки. Мышка 4 бакса. Фиксуйте.
Thanks for stopping in.
Ничего, что я похожу вообще. Так, а ты кто такой?
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. If you need guns, I'm your man. For general supplies and other services, see my partner Ralph. Have a look.
Только у меня сейчас патроны. И как переключать? Скажите. Никак. Здесь откровенно перевод. Интересно. У меня какая? Плюс 5 или плюс 10?
Things were better when the Omertas were buying, but we get by. Good selection from traders, and the Van Graffs keep things running. That's the thing. I have no idea. They just stopped buying guns all of a sudden. If you hear anything, let me know. Anything else I can help you with? Sure. Let's see what you've got.
Ну, совсем недорого, 11 тысяч. Все, замечательно.
Why? Do you work for one of the casinos? In that case, yes, I do. Follow me. Like I always say, a polite society is an armed society.
Всякие патроны так. Какие-то крутые. Все 4. Ладно, так. Чего здесь мышка работает? И то хорошо. Ага, а здесь нет. Вообще нет. Вот так. Речь плюс 5. Так, нет, не годится. Да, костюмчик-то. Откровенный.
Welcome back. Have a look. Another satisfied customer.
Один довольный клиент.
Thanks for stopping in.
Вот теперь мы оденем откровенную пижаму. А, тут я. Где тут?
Hey, what can I get you? I only offer services if the king gives the okay. Impress him and we can talk. Alright. Yeah, I've got a little side business going. What I'm about to share with you does not leave this room, eh? Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of perfection. No one can distinguish between my work and the real thing. What I'm referring to is passports. If you've got the caps, I can whip up a strip passport which will fool even the most well-trained eye. Hey, if you're interested and have the caps, they go for 500. Any less and it ain't worth the risk of getting caught. What do you say? You game?
$50.
No problem. If you need one later, just stop in. Thanks for stopping in.
Это все на десятку можно добавить. Так, теперь мне этот костюм не нужен вообще-то. Ну и как надо. Как надо выносить? Так, так. Да, я пошел.
You looking for trouble?
Угу.
Looking for a fix, man? I got what you need. Bye.
Это клиент. Тут можно войти. И сначала проверить вокруг что-нибудь. Кто же там бегает? Ходите. Эти дети.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's.
Эй, я не хотел.
You're funny looking. Mick and Ralph's is located just before the east gate. Mick and Ralph's is located just before the east gate. If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
Squatters think they're entitled to everything.
It's never dull in Freeside, is it? Hey, it's gotten so bad that even I think twice before going out at night around here.
Сколько?
Lasers, plasma, pistols, grenades. We've got it all at the Silver Rush.
What do we have here? Another petitioner for the king? Who's the king? You believe this, asshole man? In Freeside, the kings rule. And the king rules the kings, got it?
Got it.
Anything's possible, I suppose. How much is it worth to you to meet the big man?
Пять крышек.
Then the king has no interest in seeing you. Those squatters think they're entitled to everything.
Дверь. Открыл. Даже поспать можно. На халяву. А, брать вещи нельзя.
Hello? You want your hair done too? No, no, no. The kings are many, and their hair must be perfect. You want your hair done too? No, no, no. The kings are many, and their hair must be perfect.
А у меня нет ключа. Девчонка.
The king promised to take us out tonight. I simply adore going to the tops. When is the king coming back up here? I'm bored. When is the king coming back up here? I'm bored.
Ну вот я только переоденусь и приду. Еще наверх. Сколько что-то стоит. Костюм короля. Спальная кровать. Прижала дверь. Что такое? Приехали. Может, мышка какой-то? Нет. Консолька. И давай это. Маус. Он. Сложно. Ага, настройки. А может мне геймпад включить? работает. Как тянуть? Ага. Теперь машина хочет работать. Да. Ну,
All I do all day is read magazines. You'd be amazed what you can learn from them. All I do all day is read magazines. You'd be amazed what you can learn from them.
еще раз я не
I
расслышал.
want to go to the strip. We never get to go to Gomorrah anymore.
Гумора. Гумора. Окей.
May I help you? Do I know you? Whatever.
Тут надо опасно ходить. Ладно, буду биться. Достоять. Достоять. Так, это последний этаж. Этаж короля. Мышка исправилась.
Look who's back. If you want to see the king, you better pay up. What, do I look like a beggar to you? Take a hike, cheapskate.
Крышки-то нет. Ага.
Look who's back. You know what? I think you and the king have some business to discuss. Head on through. The king's the bored-looking guy by the stage. Can't fucking miss him.
На всякий случай. Это что там за собачка такая? Пока строится. У него мозг, наверное, крутой.
Look, Rexy, someone new's come to see us. Poor boy. He hasn't been feeling well lately. I'm the king. What can I do for you? Charge? Pays must be at it again. What did he take you for? You're modest. I respect that. So, what can I do for you? Maybe so. Maybe so. You look like you might be able to handle yourself. Tell you what, you do me a favor, and I'll have some more work for you when it's done. Sound good?
Good. Согласен. Пожалуйста.
I'll start you off with something easy. Did you notice the bodyguards for hire near the gates when you entered Freeside? It's good money if you can stay alive long enough. Freeside's not as safe as it used to be, so the money is well earned. Usually well earned, that is. Recently, my man tell me that one of those bodyguards, a fella named Oris, is making a little too much money. He's making a killing in repeat business. Once someone hires him, they never want anyone else. I want you to find out why. Specifically, I want you to hire him. Play the part of an innocent tourist and follow his lead. If nothing happens, so be it. But I'm guessing things won't go so smoothly. Call it a hunch. So, what do you say? You may have noticed that some of those guards out there are kings, too. I'm just looking out for my men. I'm not trying to get some kind of unfair advantage. I just want a level playing field for my boys. So, what do you say? I've tried, but he can smell a king a mile away. Probably knows all our faces by now. He's not a stupid man, I'll give him that. What I need is someone he won't recognize, which makes you perfect. So are you gonna take the job or what?
Ну, давай.
Okay then. Once you part ways, return here. I'll look forward to hearing your report. Oh, and take this to cover the hiring cost.
Somewhere loose. Эх, бегать будем сейчас сюда. Зачем я в Убить короля. Так, на северные ворота у нас тут и тут.
Wanna get lucky? Head on down to the Atomic Wrangler. Hey, baby. Head on down to the Atomic Wrangler if you want to have a good time. The Wrangler's just down the street.
Lasers,
You're
plasma,
almost there
pistols,
already.
Grenades. We've got it all at this Silver Rush.
Hi. Saw a guy try to rush through the south gate a few days ago. Nothing left but dust, you know.
You want to get your hands on some of the deadliest weapons around? Head just down the street to this Silver Rush. You won't be disappointed.
Hungry? Thirsty? Horny? The Atomic Wrangler has you covered.
Так, это северные ворота. Мне кажется, да.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
Так, где-то...
Hungry? Thirsty? Horny? The Atomic Wrangler has you covered.
Я хорный. Давай, где твой атомик? Угу. Красиво. Чушки.
Hello. Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. What can I get you? We ain't scraping to get by. For the right caps, I might be able to put in... What do you need, then? We've got the basics covered, but Now you mention it, we have had unusual requests from some of our wealthier customers. If you can recruit escorts to match these customers' proclivities, I'd be willing to pay you finder's fees. Our wealthiest client has a thing for ghouls and a thing for cowboys. He wants an escort who can satisfy both fetishes. Plenty of customers have said they'd be willing to pay extra for a suave talker, someone who can fake the boyfriend experience real good. And then there's these disgusting robot fetishists you may have heard about. Well, those creeps want a sex bot. If you ever run across a sex bot, not that I'd ever want one within 100 feet of me, but I gotta be a businessman about it. Just don't rough up the merchandise before delivery. You break it, you bought it. Okay, you got yourself a deal. Find escorts to fill the positions, and I'll pay double. Just direct them to the Wrangler. I'll pay you when they show up. Sure, take a look. The best place to start would be with Ralph, at Mick and Ralph's over on the east end of Freeside. Other than that, your guess is as good as mine. Till
No.
Hey! Get rough with the escorts and you'll be seeing the business end of my barrel. And you are?
I'm Mimi. I am.
What's up?
Great.
How's it going?
Такое они там неприличное кино смотрят. Или не смотрят.
Hello.
Красиво. Что вы тут играете? Очко, что ли? Нет, покер.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. Looking to exchange? How many chips would you like?
Сколько у меня?
Yep.
Денег-то этих. А, 5. Фу. Мало, слушай.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. Looking to exchange? Here's your chips. Is there anything else I can help you with? Talk to you later.
Ах, все-таки мальчик. Ну, давай. Попробуем. 14. Двадцать. Один фишка. Это у нас 19, что ли? Лотус. Или это голос считает на перебор. На 20. Не понял. Только 12. Ну давай. Окей. Понял. Эх. 17. Ах ты. 11. Черт. Сейчас все продую. Так, минус 5. Вот там так. Ну вот опять перебор.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. Looking to exchange? How many chips would you like? Here's your chips. Is there anything else I can help you with? Till now. Yep. Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. In what currency would you like your payout? Non-caps currencies will have fractions paid out in caps.
Pull up a stool and join the game, buddy. Pull up a stool and join the game, buddy.
Так, денег. А что если я сохранюсь? И сразу так раз на банк. Вот и все. А потом снова сохраняюсь так. Ой, забыл. Кабретто. Рискну. Точно. Еще. Че там такое? Крупье? Давайте что-то шурст. Ну, кого-то это я против шурст. Против какого шурста?
Have a seat and give Lady Luck a chance. Pull up a stool and join the game, buddy.
Все. Так, такое. Crazy. Непонятно.
Give her a spin and win big. Something you need, kid? You've got a mouth on you, kid. If I weren't busy working for the Garretts, I might give you a few lessons in common courtesy. Get lost. Something you need, kid? Hunting and killing, plain and simple. Bingo! Now, if you're done asking stupid questions, I have more important things to do. Be quick and quiet, and don't get dead.
Whoa, baby. Am I looking at a mirror? Or are you just that ugly? Come on, stay in character. You're supposed to be heckling me. Hey, not bad. Your timing's terrible and you got no style. But you might make it as a professional heckler. What? You mean you're not part of the act? Huh. Sorry. Thought you were the heckler Garrett hired to spice up the shows. Yeesh, is my act that bad? Or are you just that dumb? Yeah, that's right. Got me a nice juicy contract with the management. Okay, I admit it. I ain't exactly rolling caps here, but what do you want? I'm under contract. I can't get out. Either you need to get your eyes checked, or that fame is fleeting thing is true. And since I happen to be world famous, you must be going blind. Name's Hadrian. Bet you never saw a ghoul in a suit before, huh? Course, you don't exactly strike me as the worldly type. Okay, I admit it. Okay. Yeah, go on. Scram.
Something. Scram.
Hello? Oh there.
Короче, выходим в казино.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. Looking to exchange? In what currency would you like your payout? Non-cap. Caps it is. Will there be anything else?
Сколько? Всего по одной. Ну,
Bye.
чё, я, наверное, решили. Хотя... $5. 248 стоит по 2. Две кружки. Нормально.
Good day.
Где у вас тут девочки? Это что за лабиринты такие?
Hey.
Ага. Ладно, отбирай. По-моему, он сейчас меня...
Keep moving. You'd better get out of here.
Ничего, я выхожу. Так, где же эти ворота?
Welcome to the Silver Rush, New Vegas' best source of laser and plasma weapons. I'm afraid I'm going to have to search you before letting you in. The only weapons allowed on the premises are the ones we're selling. Then you're not going to shop here.
Потом еще забираем его. Все это оружие. Мне его слишком много. Где долбаный? Может его по карте посмотреть? Делаем. Выходит. Вот эти мои. Ясно. Ой, что-то страшновато. Надо было взять опасное задание. Северный брат. Уже. И там кто-то ходит, вот он.
The pump is property of the king. The king controls the water pump. If you want water, you need to pay like everyone else. If we let everyone run amok, the damn NCR would shut us down. Gotta have some way to regulate usage. Sure thing.
Hello.
Pleasure doing business with you. Just a few caps for a good long swig. Anything else you want? Bye. The pump is property of the king. You'll need to pay if you want a drink.
Вот так. Какой еще форт?
Hello.
О, ты похож на ковбоя. Похожа.
Howdy. I've been around a while. Currently working for the followers as a gun for hire, but it's getting rather dull. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments, there isn't much to do around here. The one researcher I liked, who I could chat up about liquor, got transferred. And the rest of the docs are pretty uptight about my kind of fun. I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore. Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while? I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, the pay's all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say their rehab effort here is just a revolving door. What do you have in mind? Good? Bad? The guy with the gun makes the rules. And I may have answers. What starts in misery tends to stay there. Freeside wasn't Freeside until 6 or 7 years ago. That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started pushing everyone who wouldn't join him off the strip. Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. The rest wound up in Freeside and seemed never to lose the habit of living like refugees. What about him? Pretty much the sort of gang you'd find anywhere else, just with better clothes. The king himself, though, he's got that something special you can't put a finger on. Too bad he likes girls with skin.
Mr. House? Кто такой House?
Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot? I've been around long enough to have both opinions, see. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Robotics, to be specific. Seemed charming in interviews, until he became a recluse. Since the war, though, didn't make a peep for near 200 years. But when he came back strong and killed a lot of people. I don't know how they do it. They're like saints, those followers. If they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just naive. Warms their heart. Couple of rad scorpions, those two. Gloria is the stable one, but she'd slit your throat if there's a profit in it. Or rather, she'd tell her brother to do it for her. John Baptiste is one of the sicker humans I've had the displeasure of observing. I reckon they care about getting water and electricity from the dam, and that's where it ends. The locals here are just an inconvenience to them, something to step over or stomp down. They're here for the resources, plain and simple. What did you want to know? They already have that pig McCaffrey working for them. Do they need another guard? I've escorted my share of idiot tourists around Freeside. Too much trouble for what it pays. I'm all boot, knives, and leather, friend. And a ghoul besides. What kind of weirdo wants what I've got? Weirdos into bullwhips and necrosis, huh? Doesn't sound half bad. What am I thinking? I'm no whore. And I ain't about to hand my ass over to some penny ante hustler like he owns me. I've never been much of a showboat, or cared about being a public figure. I'm plenty content with caps for an honest, hard day's work. What's the difference? Once you start working for the man, you gotta buy nice things to wear. Then you gotta make more money to afford nice things. Seems like a right vicious cycle to get into. Not saying there wouldn't be advantages, especially if it let me start saving up my caps. Then what do you want? They do have a damn good selection of hooch over at the Wrangler. If I get to choose my customers, if I get to be a little rough with them, if my cut is fair, and if I get that discount, that just might work. Tell the Garretts I'll stop by to work out terms. Till next time.
Morning. Stay alert.
Howdy. Goodbye.
When people have got nothing left, they can always turn to the followers.
All that wealth is wasted on the Strip. There are people in Freeside who need food and medicine.
Игрок.
I don't talk to nobodies. Not when I'm having the time of my life. You want to gamble with class? Hit the Ultralux. If you don't mind being serviced by masked creeps.
Hey. Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Not even a particularly good one.
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries. Stim packs out of barrel cacti and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims. For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere. Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended.
За мной? Сразу.
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you? Pulling bullets out of a vengeance-crazed drifter is truly a noble step up from tending to the downtrodden of Freeside. But I think I'll pass.
Hello again. Still in one piece, I see.
Да, все еще. В одном куске, да.
Like I said before, I'm fine doing research back here. Even if... Don't mind me. Certainly. Me specifically? No. I'm sure Julie Farkas does, though. Lab coat, pointy hair. Answers to the name Julie Farkas, strangely enough. I'm sure she can find something for you to do. It might be kind of depressing and terrible, though. Caveat Samaritanus. See you around.
Hello. When people have got nothing left, they can always turn to the followers.
What's up?
The followers are always on the lookout for new friends like
Всех
yourself.
подняла.
Watch the slots. They're robbery.
Ты куда? Давай, выходи.
Step up. Let's see your game.
What's up?
Ладно.
Are you here to drop off medical supplies? Leave them with the rest in the middle of the courtyard. Rates of injury and illness in Freeside are very high. Supplies don't last long. Med-X, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials. I can't pay you for any supplies you bring in, but I could discount the charge for our services.
Это...
That's too bad. If you change your mind, let me know. More than rough, it's a damn mess. Freeside townies are constantly picking fights with NCR civilians. Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim, and the local families are just sitting back making caps on the mess. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. The followers can only do so much to stem the tide. There is always something needing done. A few souls here in Freeside could be great assets to the community if they'd kick their addictions. We need a regular supply of medicine organized, but the Crimson Caravan wants too many caps for what we need. Lastly, tensions between the townies and NCR tourists have been going downhill fast lately. A lot of innocent people will get hurt if things blow up. Yes, old Bill Ronte and Jacob Hoff. They're not going to kick their habits on their own. Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machinist. He could fix the problems we've been having with Freeside's water pump, if he sobered up. The Garretts hooked Jacob on chems when he was working for them. Ironic, since he used to homebrew detox chems. He's a natural chemist. Sobering them up and putting them back to work would... In Freeside, the drunks and drug addicts flock in and around the Atomic Wrangler. I'd start there. What do you want to talk about? The big man around here is the king. Not much happens in Freeside that he doesn't know about. He has the most influence locally, and some of his crew haven't helped the situation by harassing NCR citizens and charging double for water. Some NCR soldiers have been bringing in supplies, but none of it is going to Freeside locals. I've tried to speak to both sides to no avail. What did you want to know? Bill Ronte installed that pump a few years ago, back when he was sober. But lately, the Kings have started charging locals to use it, and NCR squatters twice as much. They've been Freeside's gang for the past 5 years or so, ever since Mr. House and his 3 families pushed everyone else out of Vegas. They've done a lot of good for the community, but that seems to be changing. The flood of NCR squatters has been an affront to them. I guess that explains the situation with the water pump. I know they sell a lot of guns, as if that's what Freeside needs. Oh, them. They sell energy weapons, which are very popular with better-heeled prospects. Stay clear of them. Brother and sister are both psychopaths, though at least Gloria is rational. Jean-Baptiste likes killing. A den of iniquity. The Garretts do more than their share to keep the locals drunk or high enough to stay lazy. Their thugs, on the other hand, they keep wired on chems to stay dangerous. What is it with Freeside and brother-sister psychopath teams? What did you want to know? The Old Mormon Fort serves as the regional hub for the followers of the Apocalypse. I am the administrator for this region. The followers of the Apocalypse aren't just interested in research. We care for our fellow man, and here in Freeside, we provide food and medical services for those in need. With the help of Bill Ronte, we were able to install a water pump just west of here. We arose from the boneyards of Edidam years ago. Since then, we have made it our mission to rebuild the wasteland and re-educate its inhabitants. We hope to forge a brave new world free of war and poverty. What do you want to talk about? We're pretty short-handed at... Welcome. Rates of Medex. So far, the Crimson Caravan won't cut us a deal. If you can convince them or some other merchant to work with us, I'll discount supplies to you. You might ask around at Mick and Ralph's, or go see the Garretts, though I suspect they're too busy poisoning Freeside to help it out. Just come see me when you've got some supplies to turn in. What do you want to...
Yep.
Она играла сюда. Надеюсь, это будет там.
Need some grub? I got you covered. Cheap and filling. Typically, I find it goes down better if I leave people guessing. So I have my little helpers out and about. Oh, you may have seen them around somewhere yourself. You'll be back. Need some grub? I got... You won't regret it.
If you need to cross Freeside, no one will keep you safer than I will. Just look around. People here are as like to stab you as say hello. That is, if I weren't at your side. 200 caps gets you my watchful eye for a trip to the South Gate. Sorry, but all the people with real money are heading for the Strip, so that's the way I go. You want to go somewhere else? Hire one of these losers. I'm sure Freeside will disabuse you of that notion soon enough. I knew you'd be back. Done and done. I want to mention a few things up front. In order to ensure your safety, I need you to follow my instructions to the letter. We'll be heading down the main street here the whole way down. No detours. You go off sightseeing, and I go off to find another customer. I'll keep a brisk pace, so try not to fall behind. Now let's head out. To your left here is the old Mormon fort. You get roughed up, the followers there will patch you right up. Not that I ever need their services. Up ahead on the next block is where the Kings hang out. Don't let them scare you.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only it.
Down to the right here is the fun part of town. You haven't seen Freeside till you've been to the Wrangler.
Ну и кто нападет на нас сегодня?
Hey, slow down. I don't like the look of some of those men ahead. Let's take a different way around.
куда так почесала? Кого это он там? Головорез.
Nothing to worry about. If you had hired one of those other hacks, you'd be up to your ass in lowlife right about now.
Блин, надо было одеть.
Call it a hunch. You do this job for long enough, and you learn to trust your instincts.
Интеллект чуть-чуть не хватает. Надо было принять
You're
чуть.
imagining things. It's just the rush of adrenaline caused by your near brush with death. Luckily for you, I was here, so there's no reason to get out of sorts. My thoughts exactly. Time is money, after all.
Погоди. Что там у меня с интеллектом-то есть? И опять мышка. Твою ж мать. Так, нет. Только что-нибудь выпить. Есть. Левая мышка. Интеллект. Минусы. Да, надо плюс. О, так. Понятно. Сколько у меня цента? Что за ерунда? Идем. 15, блин, не хватит. 30 надо. Так, если он сейчас побежит опять. Слишком близко.
Well, here we are. No worse for wear, are you? I trust that if you need to cross Freeside again, you'll know who to hire. Down to the right here is the fun part of town.
Сейчас
You
мы
haven't seen Freeside till you've been to the Wrangler. Hey, slow down. I don't like the look of some of those men ahead. Let's take a different way around. Nothing to worry about. If you had hired one of those other hacks, you'd be up to your ass in lowlife right about now. Noticed that, did you? I keenly aimed one of the shots through some soft tissue of one of them to hit the man behind him. That's an interesting theory you've got there. I'd suggest you keep it to yourself. Let's get moving.
Типа того. Бартер мне столько не набрать.
Stay close. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
Наверное, не набрать. Десяточка, да? Блин, хватило бы. Нет, 5. 20. То 20.
Here we are. I trust you'll keep your mouth shut about the topic we were just discussing, or else.
Так, кто плохой, кто хороший. Все?
Personal space meaning anything to you, lady?
You look new to Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking to it first. Those bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters the fenced-in area without authorization from the greeter. The name's Old Ben. I've been living in Freeside since the day I was born. I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher, crier, escort, gun for hire. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to help around town when needed. Exactly one of the reasons I got out of that job. Too many shifty characters looking to have someone else move their hot items. My father ran a butcher shop here in town, but business went downhill when another vendor started selling this strange meat at half our prices. You're telling me, not long after my father's shop went under and he passed away from the loss, people around town started experiencing shakes. No one gets shakes like that unless they're eating human flesh, but no one would believe me. The sick bastard gradually went insane and passed away. Wasn't long before someone moved into the guy's place and found half-buried human remains in the crawl space. I didn't bother saying "told you so."
Cool story, Bob. Вернее, Ben.
After a while, I made enough money to get a passport into Vegas. Back then, you could get approved for entry for a fraction of what it costs now. Well, I got a job working as a crier outside of the Tops, advertising for the local talent performing at the casino. That didn't last long. Well, being a suave young guy, I chatted up the ladies from time to time, and one of the manager's girls started to take a liking to me. I never touched the woman, but the jealous prick decided it was my time to go. He framed me by saying I'd stolen from the casino. Sure enough, a few grand was missing from the casino vault. I have to assume the bastard stole the funds and figured I was a convenient fall guy. Yeah, shit indeed happens. I was stripped of my casino apartment and all of my belongings and booted back into Freeside. From there, I didn't have a lot of career options, as my rep was destroyed. So the escort job sort of fell into my lap. No pun intended. When I quit the escort job, I had enough money to buy a pistol belt and some other gear. Bodyguards make a good, honest living, and I had the wits and physical build to handle most thugs. After saving a few tourists from trouble, I got a reputation for being a stand-up guy again, and after a decade, managed to save up enough to retire. Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different kind of heat. No. Escort just sounds better than man-whore.
Что это значит, я не тогда.
Yep. I was damn good at my job, too. But after a while, I just felt like a piece of meat and had to quit.
Ну-ка, еще раз. Не хочет. Больше.
All right. I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher, crier, escort, gun for hire. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to help around town when needed. Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different kind of heat. No, escort just sounds better than man-whore. Well, I didn't have any other career opportunities open to me at the time, and had to make ends meet. I was good at it too, but after a while I just felt like a piece of meat and had to quit. All right. I'm retired, but life has been a bit dull without some kind of action. What's the job? Ah, I get you. So you think because of my past escort work, I'd be interested in that kind of thing. I got out of that work because it just made me feel empty inside. What makes you think I would ever go back to that degradation? Sorry, friend, but I just can't do it. You know what? You're right. I looked at the whole thing from the wrong angle. I suppose I could be a loving muse to some, while simply relieve stress and tension in others. Thanks for that insight. Tell Garrett I'd be happy to start at the Wrangler immediately. This should be a nice change of pace from retirement.
О, да, вот тут.
That friend of yours, NCR? He looks like he's NCR.
He looks like NCR. Так, надо идти к королю. Сейчас только я кое-что проверю. Понятно. Так, сейчас еще немножко. Сколько там надо было? $50. Ага, не хватило. Да. Что поделать? Так, королю. Вернуться надо. Где у нас? Надеюсь.
You got something you want to say?
Я думал, что ты видел, брат.
What do you have for me? So that's how it happens. Okay then, I'll have some guys pull him off the street when no one's looking. You've shown me something, so maybe you can help me with a matter that's a little more important. A lot of folks around these parts who've been here a while resent the sheer number of people that have come into the area since the Strip was built. In turn, the newcomers, most of whom come from the NCR, have gotten ornery from being resented. Sometimes things get violent. This is one of those occasions. Recently, a few friends of mine were attacked, and I want you to find out who did it. Word's come that they just woke up over at the old Mormon fort just north of here. Head on over, see if they remember anything. Good. I like that enthusiasm. Return when you have some information we can use. Have you found anything out? Or were you just here to chat?
No.
Go ahead. Throw some questions at me. I got Rex here from a salvager a few years ago. He was a little dinged up when I got him, but one of the followers fixed him right up. He's been acting peculiar for some time now. I took him to the followers and had him checked out, and they said his brain is bad or something.
Да, у него мозг столь класс.
No, they said they don't have the tools to help him. For now, but they said eventually he's gonna get worse. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Maybe. If you found a way to help my poor Rex here, I'd be much obliged. Your best bet will be to talk to Julie Farkas over at the old Mormon fort north of here. Maybe you'll have better luck than I did.
Собачки надо помочь обязательно.
Near as I can tell, some sort of religious institution. Oh, I know it says school out front, but everything in here seems to be related to the worship of some guy from back in the day. People used to come here to learn about him, to dress like him, move like him, to be him. If that's not worship, I don't know what is. Not a whole lot to tell. There were only a few books left in here when we found it, and those were rotted away. There were some posters left that were pretty well preserved, which is how we know all this stuff was based on the same guy. The thing of it is, we don't even know what his name was. All the posters just referred to him as the King. Well, that and the giant sign outside. This place could have been the King's House of Dog Chow, and I still would have taken the name. But I like to think I keep the memory alive. As far as we can tell, the guy that built this place was considered the coolest of the cool, and taught other people how to be more like him. People would come all around to learn how to sing, dance, dress, and even speak the way he did. Something like that, yeah. There were some working tapes here when we first got here, so we know what he sounded like. Sadly, they stopped working a few years back, so I sold them to a junk merchant who was passing through. Otherwise, I'd play some for you. All the outfits you see my guys wearing around were originally found in here too, along with more hair gel than you can shake a stick at.
Какой-то Элвис Пресли.
Sure thing. What'd you have in mind? To understand Freeside, you have to look back a few years. Originally, we were all just tribes making a living in this area. That all changed when Mr. House came around. He made an offer to the 3 biggest tribes that were willing to listen to him. Today, everyone calls those tribes the 3 families, and they live in luxury and run their own casinos in the Strip. The rest of us were left to fight over the crumbs, living in the shadow of those more fortunate. Things got pretty nasty for a while, but we wanted more. A place of our own, a place where no one could tell us what to do, and we didn't want to go elsewhere to find it. So we took control of this place and made it our own. That's really all Freeside is, the best of a bad situation.
Tell me about the gangs.
We're different than other gangs, and not just because we dress better. We're not just a group of thugs looking for our next fight. The Kings are about an idea, you see, where every man is free to follow his own path, do his own thing, where every man is a king in his own right.
Join the Kings. To the Kings.
Whoa there. Not just anyone can be a king. First of all, we usually only accept people native to the area. Second, I have to approve, and I don't. You haven't shown me you've got what it takes to be a king yet. But if you're fixing to join something fierce, stick around. And if you play your cards right, things might change. We've tried to pass our philosophy on to the people of Freeside, but not everyone is ready to be a king. The kids love us, but the old-timers tend to shy away and keep to themselves, and they probably couldn't pull off the look anyway. As for the others, some people just plain don't respect others, and that's a no-no. If there's one thing I won't tolerate, it's lack of respect. Sure thing. Pace? He and I grew up together around here. We've been through a lot together. There's no man I'd rather have at my side in a pinch. Don't judge him too harshly for trying to get some caps out of you. He probably took you for a squatter, looking for a place to settle down. There have been a lot of people moving into the area lately, and it's got some people riled. Can't blame them myself. There's only so much to go around. There's me, but I don't really like talking about myself. There's Julie Farkas and the other followers down at the old Mormon fort. The Garrett twins up at the Wrangler deserve mention. Wouldn't be right not mentioning the Van Graffs, I suppose. And while they're not important in the overall scheme of things, there's Mick and Ralph, too. Just don't tell them I said that. Who all did you want to know about?
Oh, yeah.
Julie represents the followers of the Apocalypse. If you ever need to get patched up, one of their docs will have you right as rain. Heard they were having trouble bringing stuff in, or keep... Did you want to know about anyone else? Them twins run the Atomic Wrangler, the only working casino here in Freeside. Give it a whirl when you've got some time. Now, was there anyone else you wanted to know about? They're a family-run business from out west that deal in weapons, mostly. A word of caution, though. They're not a friendly bunch. Not at all. Their store is just past the Wrangler and sells all kinds of fancy weapons that most people around here can't afford. Anyone else you wanted to know about? Mick and Ralph sell all sorts of things at a small store over by the East Gate. You want to know about anyone else? All right. I'll see you later.
Yeah? Man, I'm hungry. I'd give anything for a fancy lad. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Man, I'm hungry. I'd give anything for a fancy lad. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean.
Что это не кекс тут? Что-то другое, фэнси.
Hey. Hi.
Так. Нам нужно идти. Последователь.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs. Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Это же вот сюда, да? Las Vegas Mormon State Historic Park. Где у нас? Ирокезка.
I ain't got any reason to talk to you. Scram.
Hey. What is it? Can't you see I want to be left alone with my friend here? Yeah, the docs say he's gonna be laid up for a while, assuming he doesn't get any worse. You were just curious, no harm in that. I'm just worried sick about my friend here. What is it? Can't you see I want to... Oh, that's different then. How can I help? I'll do anything to get the bastards that did this. Well, it happened at night, around 11. We'd recently made some caps off a bit of scrap we found and wanted to invest it wisely. As we were leaving the Wrangler, we must have taken a wrong turn and ended up in the squatter side of town. From out of nowhere, these big guys show up and start barking questions at us, wanted to know if we were locals. The kid there's about as proud as a local around here gets, and started yelling back at him. Then all hell broke loose. Kid got the worst of it, sad to say. They were big guys, young too, no old geezers like me. Hell, none of them looked even half my age. I was mostly face down in the dirt, begging for my life when it happened, so I only got a quick look at them. I hope you find the bastards that did this. If you want, try asking my friend Wayne over there about him. He saw more than I did. Wayne, it's okay. The king sent him.
That true? Did the king really send you? I don't really know what else I can add. They were a bunch of guys, better dressed than most Freesiders, I guess. That help? What? No, I thought you were supposed to be here to help, and here you are making accusations. Hey, wait, I just remembered something. I might have heard one of the guys that attacked us call another by name. We had just about had it when one of them said, "Hey Lou, we gotta go." At least I think he said Lou. Might have been something else. Now that I think of it, he said Lou something. Something with a T. Tenant, that's what he called him. Lieutenant.
He probably said Lieutenant, Wayne. The boy means well, but he's dumb as a mutant sometimes.
Hope what I remembered helps.
Oh, what's it do?
Hey, good to see you. Rex? It breaks my heart every time I see him. He's such a good dog. Yes, a few months ago. We had to tell him there was nothing we could do. No, Rex's condition is way beyond anything we can handle. He requires brain surgery and some sophisticated cybernetics work, too. I didn't say that. While no one here has that kind of expertise, I do know of one man who might fit the bill. There's an old scientist named Dr. Henry, who reportedly specializes in this sort of procedure. He'd probably be your best bet. Last I heard, he was living up in Jacobstown, far to the northwest. No problem.
Если бы я другой выбрал.
We don't have a lot.
А может, я что-то падал. Такие риски. Вечно куча. И динамит. Так, мне надо идти туда. Куда? Здесь, что ли?
Hmm? What's up? Huh? Hmm? Keep your guns to yourself. Yeah?
Ты набухавшийся кот.
Thanks, lady. Thanks, lady. Thanks, lady.
Ага. Где ты отказ? Бил.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Положить гранату в карман кому-нибудь. Она там завязится. Интересно.
Hey.
Что это у вас тут?
I've got my eye on you. You cross the Kings, you'll regret it.
Have you found anything out? Or were you just here to chat? Bunch of soldier boys, huh? They usually don't come around these parts since their big base is on the other side of the strip. If they're coming over here now, it's got to be for a reason. I didn't want to believe the rumors that they're looking to take over Vegas, but now, if something big is going down, I'm sure rumors of it will have spread. Ask around, particularly in the squatter areas where the NCR folk hang. You might also mosey on over to the Mormon fort and chat Julie Farkas up. The followers tend to be in the know about these things. Just don't ask her what to do about it. She'll probably ask you to hug someone or something. What can the king do for you? She said, what? Why didn't she just say so when I was there? Actually, come to think of it, I was pretty angry when I went down there. I vaguely recall something about upending a few tables, maybe knocking out one of her doctors. Anyway, that's incredible news. Only thing is, there's too much going on around here for me to make a trip like that. And I need all of my guys just to keep things settled here. You seem to be awfully interested in my boy Rex here, and you've done some good work for me already. I'll tell you what, you promised to get Rexy here to that doctor, and I'll lend him to you. What do you say? I can't thank you enough. Now, there's a few things you should know about old Rex here if you're going to be traveling together. First, he hates rats. Can't stand the things. Giant rats, mole rats, doesn't matter. He catches a whiff of one, and he's off like a shot after him. He's normally pretty obedient, but you might have to chase him some if he goes after one of the little varmints. Second, he doesn't like hats, or the people wearing them. Don't ask. I have no idea why. Maybe because it rhymes with rats. That should be it, though. Other than the occasional bad spot when his brain starts hurting him, that is. But I'm hoping you will see to that. I wish you both luck. Take care of my Rex now, you hear? Rex, this is your new master. Protect her as you would me.
Hey.
What's up?
All right. I'll see you later.
King's got me.
Что так просто? Сейчас службы собаки.
Busy on something. Hi.
What can the king do for you? All right.
Так, как его отключить? Отозвать. Прим. Понятно. Ладно. Поиск, пометка. Сейчас я могу сколько всякого скинуть. Много я не буду, конечно. Немножко бутылочек. Гранаты. Ладно. Теперь так.
All right. I'll see you later.
Hi.
Так. Блин, это уже немало.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs. Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Shut up.
Yep.
Hey, good to see you. Only a little. A friend of mine, Major Elizabeth Kieran, has been handing out supplies to the poor a little west of here. What about it? I know something's got them riled up, but I've been too busy with other matters to really look into it. If you're looking into the matter, talk to Elizabeth. She's in charge of the operations here in Freeside, though she won't open up to you right away. If Elizabeth holds out on you, tell her that I sent you. She should be a little more forthcoming if you mention my name. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Опять немножко поторопился. В общем, на этом, наверное, все. Всем пока. Bye bye. See you later.